Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I've been having a little play with a few card ideas. I remember doing the little mini explosion card, but I just thought I'd do one of these. I love this, and I'm glad I did the blending the way I did around the flowers and the dandelion and the words. Just love this, and then this opens up like this. Oh, isn't that just so adorable? I've used Pink Pirouette only because I used that as a template for my very first card. There's no point me trying to do something. If I don't like it, then I haven't ruined any of my current stock. So, and then this folds, just goes back up like this. And then you can tie this in a beautiful bow. And I didn't tie the loop. I just tied the bow, just so it was easier to open on camera. It's just so adorable, and I'm loving the pink, the black and the soft seafoam. So I'm not using pink this time. This will shufty down. Oh, there we go, it's come undone. So let me just tie that properly. I'm going to use soft seafoam with the black this time. Like I say, the Pink Pirouette is basically just for me to have a practice on. So this is my practice card, and I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And the paper I used inside for the designer series paper was from A Whole Lot of Lovely, I think, or So Eclectic, I think. One of those. So I'm going to show you how to make it. It's so simple. You're going to need, I've already done my triangles, but I'll show you what you need. You need a piece of soft seafoam. This is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. As long as it's square, it will work. Then I've got 3 pieces of black. I used 5 in total to cover these as well. So you need 5 of these, and they're 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Let me just check. Yeah, they're 3 7/8 square. So you need 5 of those. You need 3 pieces of white, Whisper White, which is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then 2 pieces of designer series paper, which I've already used, and this is from the Frosted Florals. Beautiful. And 2 of those at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you basically put it in your trimmer point to point and just slice them in half, the both cards, and then just glue your adhesive on. Oh look, oh no, I thought it was coming off. It's not, there's 2 pieces there. So I've got 4 just to decorate the inside squares to stop them from looking bland. So I've done that bit ahead. I've got all my stamps mounted, and we're just gonna, I did mine on the scoreboard, believe it or not. You can just fold it in half, open it, fold it in half and open it, but I just wanted a little bit of help. So 4 1/8, which is half, spin it once, 4 1/8, and then I've got lines at the 6-inch mark. So what I did then, pop this in at the 6, made sure it matched up with the lines down at the bottom. Whoops, there we go. And then just scored right down. Or you can just simply fold it over again as like a triangle shape. And I know that's right because it runs right through the centre of my points perfectly. Now we just fold and burnish. I've had a request as well, so I'm just going to fold this, making sure my points are together perfectly. And just burnish right to the end, and then we're going to fold, oops, making sure our corners come together beautifully. I'm just going to burnish those. And then we're going to fold this way as well. Making sure your corners come together right at the end. Or you could have just simply fold, fold and fold to get that point. So we need those now to fold inwards and together, so they all come together to make a square. It does get a little bit bulky in the centre, but just make sure your papers all line up square. So when we burnish this now, it's nice and crisp. Oops, a little bit out of alignment there for some reason. Yet it's just the bulk of the paper, it is. Keeping it all together. Come on now, play nice. Just burnish all the sides. And then when you open the card up, you can have it opening this way, you can have it opening that way even, as a diamond shape, and to decorate your corners. But I like the fact that it opens at the bottom there. It's just a bit bulky, so just give it some burnishing all over, making sure it's nice and crisp. So you can have it opening this way, like I'm saying, so when they open the card out, it's like that. So we're going to pop that to one side. Well, actually, we can attach our black pieces, and I'm going to use a bit of wet glue for mine when I can get the lid off. Oh, there we go. Just get stiffer by the minute. So, and I love this soft seafoam colour. It's just so pretty. And against the dandelions, I think it's going to work absolutely fabulous. So these are going to give you a gorgeous little border all the way around. And that's the reason for the wet glue. Smooth that down. Oh, a little bit of an escape. Open this up, and you're going to want one of these for here and for here. I just like fancy fold cards. I love normal fold over, open normal cards, but I do love me fancy fold cards because it adds a bit more interest, and the recipient thinks you've worked hours and hours on it, and you've actually done it in no time at all. So again, isn't it? That's the whole reason. Let them think you've spent hours doing it, and it's literally taken a few moments. And I like something different. Oh, I've had some more, my good news that I've been bragging about, which you're all dying to know, has been confirmed. But I don't think I should say anything because some of you out there are demonstrators. Ah, there's a clue. There we go. So that's what we need for that. Some of you are demonstrators, and I don't want to kill the surprise. So what I'm going to do on this one, for the front, let me just pop my lid on, because that soon dries up, this stuff. I'm going to take my soft seafoam, and this is the pale one. Look at that off my fingers, the bits. And on one, I'm just going to colour it all in. And I'm going to stamp over the top. And I know you're saying you could use soft seafoam, but no, I want to make sure it looks like I've coloured it in. That is the soft seafoam, isn't it? Oh, actually, it's like mint macaron, actually. I don't think I've got... Yes, I'm using the wrong one, am I? I got my soft seafoam right down here. Oh, silly sausage, I've used the wrong one. That's the soft seafoam. Doesn't matter. Probably very similar in colours. Oh, well, there we go. It's very similar. Very, very similar indeed. But I like that look that it's been coloured. I want the bits of white to come through and, you know, I want it to look like I've actually done this on purpose. Love it. I like that edge now with the mint macaron, that's nice. So that's what I did with the front cover. Oh, what happened there? A bit of glue. This one I'm just adding dots, big dots as well. And just down the two sides. Because this is our section where those little separated dandelions are going to go. I stamped that one first and then did the colour around it, which is quite nice, but I wanted this one to be totally all over. So this one's just got random big dots. That one's for the bit where it goes in there and the dandelion, so you've got space to write. This one is for the front. Now this one has little dots but all over. You can have them as close together as you want, as far apart as you want. I'm just having, I love dots. You could have added stripes even. It's entirely up to you. You could leave them plain. Nobody is making you dot them like I am. I just love this new technique as filling in the gaps. We could have stamped first and then done this around it, but it's a beautiful pale colour. Yeah, did that give a bit of a clue away? Some of you are demonstrators. Ooh. Also, I'm going to give you one more clue, but that's all I'm saying. You don't know what it's about, so you'll probably guess. But watch out for your Stampin' Success magazines next time round. That's all I'm saying. Just giving you a heads up. Oh, I love this. So therapeutic. We can stamp our image, and if we feel we need the dots a little bit closer, then we can also do that. I'm just doing them randomly. I think I'm getting pretty close. I think that's good. You can do big ones and then just fill in the gaps. There's no right or wrong or reason for this. I just think it looks absolutely pretty against those gorgeous images. Stampin' Up know how to do a stamp set really well sometimes. I just wish they'd fetch a few more of the layering stamps, not just one on top of another, like 3 or 4, so it builds up that image. Because I'm loving the layered looks on some of the stamp sets that I've seen or I've bought recently, which I'll start using and showing. And getting there now, we're getting close to the edge. I bet you're thinking, you're making me dotty with all them as well. Trust me, it really adds to the effect of having just a plain piece of paper with a stamped image on. It does make all the difference. Nearly done. I don't want to leave any gap too big. So I'm just going in between those dots now and filling them up anywhere I see fit. And it dries so subtle, but so much impact makes a huge difference. So let's get my pen, pop that away. Right, now to stamp our images. I'm having this beautiful, beautiful one on the front with our sentiment, wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. So that is going to go across there. I'm first of all going to stamp my sentiment first. And I'm using my little black ink spot because it's nice and dark. Look at that, I'll just put my finger in it. So let's just ink it up. I've got a lot of cardstock that retired. I mean, I literally just filled my stash before the revamp come on. I didn't know it was going to happen, obviously. So let's pop this here, right in this bottom corner. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. And look at that, I just got that on the corner of the page. Look how vivid and black that is. It's just gorgeous. And it does clean off your stamps. Not as well as the tuxedo, but it does clean off your stamps if you do it straight away. There's a little bit of a stain, but I've got my own tricks to get that off. Rubbing alcohol, believe it or not, or you know the bacterial hand washes, they help to lift away stains. So there you have one top tip: antibacterial hand wash. I know this is hanging off the page, but I've got so much stuff in my drawer to cover in my larger blocks at the moment. This still worked a treat. So get it all inked up nice. I want it to be nice and dark. And I want it just over this beautiful message. Making sure I've got it so it's not going off the card. And what I did, I just pressed my little thumb down on there at the back bit there. And the front bit there. You could use your stamp apparatus for this as well, but I don't think it needs to. Look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, I always clean my stamps straight away because I don't like them to stain. So if you can get it off as quick as possible, the less staining you tend to get. So that's our front cover. OMG, that is beautiful. Right, so I'm going to take my little ones now. And these are just to decorate down the sides. And what I did, I stamped right up the top. And then right next to it, leaving a gap here. Then I turned the stamp round and started at the bottom on this side. Leaving a gap at the top, so you've got somewhere to write your message. Love it. Yeah, I've had a request to do a tunnel card. I've made tunnel cards before in the past, and I've made diorama box cards, and they're both named pretty much the same. It's for both. The diorama card is also classed as a tunnel card because you're looking into it. A tunnel card is also a tunnel card. So yes, I'm going to do one using, and the request was using hometown thinlits. This has got a little bit of fraying going on. And now this is for our dotted image in this top right hand corner. And I'm just going to do this in the centre. I'm just going to press it down, let that ink transfer. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This beautiful, beautiful image. Oh, look at that. It's just absolutely stunning. And look at the little spots all over. Just adds to that beauty. Breaks up that little image. So last queen, I am a queen, a drama queen. No, I'm only joking. The last clean of my stamps, and I can pop these. And it's giving my ink chance to dry as well. I'm going to give them a thorough cleaning after. Because look at me, I'm covered in ink. Ooh, there we go. So, fetch our card back in. This one is going to be attached here. This one is going down here so you can write a message. I love the little black edge. And our corners will be going in here. Just to break up. You don't want to leave the card bare, so, well, I don't anyway. So they're going on there, that's going on there, and that one is going on the front. So glue time again. Don't want to get too much on here, but just enough to, because it does ooze out a lot. And what I'm going to do is, because it seems to have a bit too much on that edge, I'm just going to pull some down a bit. There we go. There we have it. Ooh. I seem to have gone over the edge there. So I'm just lining this up. What I did yesterday was, with the other card I meant to say, is I lined it up in the corner. So I've got a good gap there and there, and I'm going to do the same on this one. So I'm lining it up so I've got my little gap all the way round. Oops, top and bottom. You just want to be about away from that score line, so it folds your card beautifully. Do you know what I've done? And I've just realised what I've done, but don't worry, it's soon rectified. Yeah, you have. I've added my black piece. Don't worry, I'm going to put my ribbon underneath this bit now. I think black sets off a card. It gives it that pop of punch coming off the page, and it makes everything stand out beautifully. And you might think, oh, it's a dark and dismal colour. It is to some people, but I think it just makes everything pop off the page, and it's just gorgeous. And I think I did one of these cards like this inside of another card, so this bit, but a lot smaller. An exploding card, I called it. So again, making sure don't go too far away. Glue sets like glue. Glue sets like it. So now we've got this, and it folds down there. So I'm just going to grab myself some ribbon, and I'm using the black shimmer ribbon, but that's this one. But what I might do on this one is use that new black with the sparkle in it, and you're going to need about 20 inches. This stuff, oh, it's just divine. So I'm going to pull it round, making sure it's level. And in the centre, there, just going to tie that in a quick knot just to keep it flat and make sure I've got it so it's sitting right, so I can make sure it's in the middle. And then I'm going to glue this over the top. So I want to keep that ribbon as flat as possible. And I want this the right way around, obviously. And then just add your ribbon, your top piece of card over the top. Could have done it underneath the black, which I did on the other one, but I quite like that. Just give that a good pressing down. This is coming off the ribbon. These little silver things are coming off this beautiful ribbon. So I'm just going to wipe my fingers clean. So let's just show you before I actually tie it up again. Oh, it's a stiff one to open. It's absolutely gorgeous ribbon now. Oops. Oh gosh, I'm still pulling at that. Shouldn't be able to pull that once it's dried. Look at all these silver bits coming off. I'm just going to press that down. Give it a chance to stick to the ribbon. So my card is going to open like that. Oh, and it goes beautiful with the frosted florals. Who wouldn't want that? And this beautiful shimmer on here. So there is my, I don't know what to call it, a pop-up exploding card, I don't know. I'll think of a name. It'll be in the description bar above anyway, in the title bar. So just turn this into a wonderful little bow now. I think I might have a bit too much, it's a bit long, but it depends on how big you want your bow. Oh, that is just so gorgeous. Right, snippy time. Just going to snip up at an angle. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. And this measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So a little 5 by 5 envelope, and away to go. You've got a beautiful card, and it's not too bulky. I didn't want to add dimensionals. Oh, wait there now, and my little rhinestones. Where have you gone? There you go. I didn't want to add dimensionals because it would have bulked up the card too much. I reckon that would still go through as a normal size card. It's not too thick, and the weight is just the same. So add one to the centre of here. I'm going to pop one down here somewhere. And one just about here. There we have it. There's my card. Do you prefer the one coloured in before, or the one that's left with the white on the outside? I like that coloured look though. It's just beautiful. I think I prefer that because it gives that image of, I don't know, clouds maybe even. The curling around. It's just gorgeous. But I'm loving the two of them. I am. I just can't fault them. So that's with our silky ribbon. That's with that beautiful one from the Halloween catalogue. 2 gorgeous colours and 2 beautiful cards. I hope you like it. I hope you try and give it a go. I'd love to see your photos over on our Facebook group. Stamp with Joy. A thumbs up and a share would be magical. I'm going to go and clean my mucky fingers now. And get ready to make another one because I think I'm on a roll now. I'd really appreciate you pressing the subscribe button down here and a little bell straight away. That way they'll notify you every time I upload a new video. And I will love and leave you all there's your, so I'll give you the measurements quick again, because I don't tend to be doing my blog so well today, these days. So the weight, the card itself is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. You can go all the way down to like 4 by 4, but then it'd be really tiny. You need 5 pieces of the black at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. 3 pieces of Whisper White at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and 2 pieces of Designer Series paper at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. It's simple. So 5, 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, 2 at DSP, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, Whisper White, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 of those. So, ta-da! I hope you enjoy. Love you all. Bye.